letting them move at their pace. You can't create the movement that's going to keep these together. If he gets in there and he's going to pick a fight. Got one that's moving off. Stewart asks him to go away to bring that cow back, which he does very nicely. You see, he doesn't need to be in their face. Just gets in their pressure zone. He's going to have to come over here on his come-by side, and Stewart's about to send him. Well, he's going to send him all the way around, which is not a bad move. But he's got to get out of that obstacle. So he's got to get all the way around the cattle. The cattle are looking in the correct direction, at least the lead one is. Stewart's going to see if he can block this other one, but see, Stewart's got to stay behind the handler's line, which is a fair distance back. It's about where that light pole is on your left side. So he might not be able to influence the cattle enough. So he's going to bring them, hopefully, bring them back, go around. There you go. A little bit of pressure. Now he's going to send them away. Remember our terminology, away to me. It's counterclockwise. That's the way he's going. When he sends them back the other way, that's away. That's the away command. If he sends them back, that's the come by or go by side. So you know a little bit about what he's actually telling the dog. The dog's been working real good, doing everything Stewart's asked him to do. And now the Stewart and the cattle and Bo are all moving to the sort pen. Cattle have been really good. Stewart just couldn't get there to block that one. We had to have one out that front end and two out the side. So Stewart's going to have to regroup, gather them all back up, put them back in the hole. Brent, you can come over anytime. Brent. You're not going to go live yet. You ready? Okay, I'm back and I've got my good friend Brent Matteroli with me, sitting in. Brent, say hi.
Hello everyone.
Okay. Brent's from California, as I am. He and his dog Flynn were awarded the Reserve Dog of the Year.
Yes, sir.
For the novice class.
Yes, sir.
You've done an excellent job this year, both yourself and with Flynn.
Well, thank you.
You're working really good together as a team.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. And that's really important. You know, we talk about the team issue, and this is a team sport.
Oh, definitely.
You know, you guys out there are going to see, the handler with the dog, and you got to be together.
Yes, it takes two.
The same thing. So there you are.
It sure does.
Okay, look at the commercials for a minute, and I don't know who's going to be up in this other pen, but we'll find out. So hang on.
He'll set 3 cattle out the gate. He'll send his dog down. This is the Futurity class course today. Bring him through the fetch. Obstacle number 2 is right in front of him. You can see that has 2 holes in the back side of it. They can't go any way other than the way that the horses just did.
Okay, what you guys are looking at now
go down number 2,
is,
go down the fence, and get them out the side on obstacle number 3.
I think these are maybe some of Steve's kids, or I don't know who's all on those horses, but kind of spit up
back through obstacle number 4.
fast motion, showing you what the course is.
Tricky, they're going to come in.
Now they're going all the way down to the sort pin. One's got to go out there, 2 have to go out to the right.
He'll then have to
come out through the exhaust gate.
Time's going to stop when the last cow.
There it is. Simple, huh?
Simple. It looks easy, doesn't it?
Looks easy. All right, yeah. I don't think I've ever made a mistake sitting up here. Have you?
Nope, not yet.
No. Yeah, it's when we get down there and we got to handle that dog and everything else. That's when it kind of goes away. Looks like they're having some trouble exhausting the cattle out of that other pen. But next up, we've got Nathan Myers coming up in the Futurity class with his dog May, and then Bo Sir and Red, Mike Thompson and Zeke, Mike Collins and Penny, Brian Jacobs and Abby, and Lincoln Rogers and Huck. And I think we've got 34 dogs in this class, so we're getting to the end of the Futurity class. So some of our sponsors, JB Service and Well Drilling, Water Wells.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where they're at.
That's actually John's.
Stottlemyre, isn't it?
Yep, that's his company.
Yeah, S4 Stock Dogs.
That's
I think
him.
that's John as well.
Yes, sir.
So John's a big sponsor here, also a competitor. That looks like it might be John out
that
there
is John.
in the intermediate arena right ahead of us. So if you folks are watching the intermediate class, we just talked about John as a sponsor. You're looking in the big arena, in the Loyal Arena. That's John and his dog out, one of his dogs. Yeah, it looks like they might have finally gotten that one loose heifer out of the Futurity arena, so we should be back just any second with another dog and contest. And every once in a while they get one that goes rogue, and our crew's got to get in there we got a hell of a crew out there, you know. We got guys on horseback. There's probably about 50 people, some old, some young, that make this thing happen. We've got stock setters, we've got people on horseback moving cattle. The way they orchestrate these cattle are unbelievable. They've got 2 cattle arenas and a field that they're shuffling cattle back and forth. And the way they've got them moving, they do not make a second run in each one of those pens. They're all fresh. So the way Kevin has done a job back there is just amazing.
Oh, yeah,
All
top
right.
hands.
So now we're up with Nathan Myers and his dog May. He's called for his cattle. They've set out. Nathan sends them on the way. He's got to bring them through the fetch panels. So what do you see here, Brent, when you look at this? You know, you're used to being down on the floor like Nathan is, and
yeah,
as a novice handler, now an intermediate handler, because all your good work this past year.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at an open handler, Nathan Myers, and his dog. Can you see things that are going right, going wrong, things that he might have been able to do?
You know, it really gives you a
differently?
different outlook on things.
Uh-huh.
Dog position, handler position. It's more of a clear view sitting up here looking down, and you really for me, it's a learning experience, picking up points on where he's standing, how he's working the stock, how the dog's moving, where's the dog position, his position, and you could really learn a lot by watching videos.
I've really picked up a lot watching this and doing the commentary here.
Oh, I bet. Yeah.
You know, you get to see probably the biggest mistake that I see in the dogs, and I know I've made a bunch of them, is overflanking.
Yes.
And in watching these, when we're watching it up close here on the monitor, it really shows, I mean, just that extra foot where the dog doesn't stop turns those cattle around, right?
Right. Yeah.
And,
absolutely.
You know, it just takes so much more time if you turn those cattle's head in a direction that's not going straight. So let's just talk about that for a couple of minutes. You know, May is working way off, which is really nice. You got to direct the front one, push the back one.
He's doing a nice job keeping the dog off.
And just that much. I mean, he's way off, but he moved that front cow's head, and now he's got to come back on the away side and get them turned in before they go out the back side of the obstacle.
Right. The timing was perfect.
It was perfect.
Yeah, that timing was great.
I don't
Looks
think you
easy,
and I
right?
have ever made a mistake up here, have
No,
we?
nope.
This is so easy up here. Yeah. So now he's headed to obstacle number 3. He's kind of going the wrong direction. I don't know if the dog took a wrong flank, or every once in a while we kind of screw up and we give the dog the wrong flank, and things go wrong. So, nothing's happened that really is bad, but he's got his cattle scattered out. He's got to redirect them, regather them, put them back together, and get over to obstacle number 3. So all that takes time. You know, if we were home, working the cattle and trying to get a job done, it's not the end of the world. We're still going to get it done. Dinner's still going to be on the table when we get there.
Yeah.
Here we are working against the clock, and every little mistake that we make, and where we don't stop the dog and he turns to everybody's heads, or we don't send the dog in time and we have to redirect the cattle, that clock keeps ticking.
Yeah, and it goes by fast when you're down there.
Yeah, and pretty soon the buzzer goes off and we think, what happened?
Yeah.
So it's kind of got him lined out here, and he's still got a good run going. He's at 4 minutes. He's got 6 minutes to go all together, so he's got another couple minutes. All he's got to do is walk him down here to the sort pen.
Oh, yeah, he'll put it together.
And make the sort. But so the extra time in, keeping those cattle in a straight line rather than having them making curves makes all the difference in the world. And why did I do that with my hand? Did that make any sense?
I'm following you.
Yeah. But nobody else can
no
see
one
it.
else see. I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so here he goes into the sort pen, and he's got to get 1 straight through and then 2 out this side. So, we got to have that dog have enough pressure to keep moving, but not cram them all through at the same time. And here's what's happening. Nathan's going to have an opportunity.
Right.
Nice. He makes a nice cut.
Yep.
And he doesn't get cattle excited and turning around and going out the back, which they can't do. So all he's got to do now is open the gate, get May behind him, and just bring me the cattle, May. Get him out of here. Clock's still ticking. So good job.
There you have it.
Got a full score run. That's what it takes. You can't win unless you get all the points, right?
Right.
Okay. So, how did you get into dog trial?
I went to my first one, and first time I met Brian Jacobs through my brother, Eric. It was a trial that was down south. My brother just started to get into it. He went to a couple, and that's where my first dog came from, Ellie. And he told me to come down there and check it out, and so I went down there and met Brian and got to talking to Brian and got a little training. He helped me with Ellie, and he's just been a great mentor moving forward, and he's really helped me a lot, and I just got the bug and kept going.
And your dog now, Flynn, is
Yes.
Golden State Dogs too, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
GS Flynn. He's out of Clem, which Brian is showing today.
I think Clem's here, isn't he?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's doing phenomenal.
And who's on the other side? Clem?
Fancy.
Oh, Fancy. I don't know that
Yeah,
dog.
Alan Bortman.
Oh, it's one of Al's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was hoping that I would see Al here. I always enjoy talking to him. Apparently he didn't make it down. He's from Washington.
Yes.
Yeah. So does your brother still show dogs?
No, he does not.
Okay.
No.
Well, you've done a tremendous job, I got to tell you. So,
Well,
okay,
thank
now
you.
we're up with Bo Sir and Red. Both had a couple dogs in the Futurity class. He's from Williams, Oregon. Let's see how Bo and Red work together. So with a name like Red, I'm going to think this is a red and white dog. What do you think?
I think so.
Yeah. I was talking earlier about how years ago we never used to see any red dogs.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And I had mentioned a story that I had heard many years ago from someone that apparently seemed to know what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Told me that in the old days, back in Scotland and Wales, if there was a red pup born, they thought it was the devil,
Is that right?
and they'd kill him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if that's true or not, but it takes two genes to make up that dog.
Right.
And there was no red and white dogs for a long time, and then,
Really?
then as our breeding programs changed. And the genetics has changed. Now all of a sudden we've got a lot of red and white dogs.
Yes.
So apparently they're not the devil,
They're not the devil.
So Kathy just got a nice little yearling dog that hopefully this next year she's going to be able to start trialing. And you're starting to see more and more.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting popular.
And the markings, like on your dog, he's got a cool markings.
It
his
is
facial
unique.
markings,
Yeah,
white, black and white on them. And
Split faced, and he's got the stripe on the hip. And
Yeah, that's what kind of brought it up. This dog here
Yeah.
has a stripe on its hip. It's just the way the puppies come out. They're all different. Some more traditional than others, and some have a lot of white, and some don't have a lot of white. And some are long-haired, some are short-haired. So we've got all different types. But the one thing about the Border Collie that is a given that all Border Collies have. Do you know what that is?
What's that?
It's the white tip on their tail.
On the tails. Yep.
So the breeding that we've done hasn't bred the white tip out.
No. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
That is a good thing.
Yeah. Okay, so it looks like Bo and Red are going up to the corner obstacle, entering it. And they've got to turn down here and come right out towards us. So it looks like Red's got them pretty well confined. Pushes them through.
Yeah, he's doing a good job.
Going to do a good job. He's not picking a fight.
Nope.
Right there, he kind of
Yeah.
created a problem,
As
didn't
soon as
he?
we said that.
Yeah, as soon as he said that, and you could see that he overflanked a little bit. We can't hear what the handlers are saying or whistling, so we don't know if Bo sent him that way and he went a little too far, or the dog just figured he needed to do that. But that just cost him a little bit of time, not a lot, but a little bit of time. So they're coming here and working into the pen. Red's doing a nice job. Gets one through. Bo steps in there, but that back cow was kind of hanging out the back side, and Bo moved in there a little aggressively.
Mm-hmm. A little too much.
Turned him around. you mentioned Brian. He's been a mentor to us as well.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, I've known Brian since he's been in high school. And his family, very good individual. But I did that one time, and my dog was guarding the back. It might have been here, actually, in this arena. And the dog took off, and
Oh,
the
no.
cows walked off the back.
Oh.
And I wasn't happy with the dog.
Mm-hmm.
And I went out, and Brian said, well, what do you think? And I said, well, you know, if the darn dog wouldn't run off, I'd have been okay. And he says, the dog didn't create that. He says, you created that. He says, you jumped in there like a wild man and turned that cow around. It wouldn't have mattered if the dog was there or not. And I thought, no, I didn't. And he says, when you get done, he says, you come up here to the stands. I got it on video. So I did. I came up because I didn't think I jumped in there like a wild man.
Yeah.
And he showed me the video, and I did. I jumped out there. Hell, I'd have been scared if I'd have done that. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh, yeah.
And so after that little learning process, I've tried when I go to my sword
Yeah.
to take a deep breath and be calmer.
Yeah. It's nerve-wracking.
Yeah,
And,
it
you
is.
know,
It is. But when you watch, you know, that's why I like watching these open handlers, you know, and all these guys that are so much better than I am. You pick up these points when you see it here. So, you know, like Bosby had to be kind of aggressive there. Didn't make it. You know, now he's
Yeah.
timed out. But
Yeah.
sometimes you have to be quick, but other times you have to be able to be slow and
Yeah.
quiet. Quiet is the thing.
Slow is fast.
Yeah, slow is fast. That's a good point. Okay, so that was Bo and Red. They've timed out. They're going to exit the arena, and then we're going to have Mike Thompson and Zeke, Mike Collins and Penny, Brian, who we were just talking about, and a pup of mine, little
Oh.
Abby.
Yeah. There you go.
And I'm going to be showing Abby in the intermediate class in this big arena that we're looking at. A little bit later, I think I'm number 50 in that class, and then Lincoln Rogers, and I think there's 34 dogs in this class. So we're getting towards the back end,
Mm-hmm.
and we got a banquet tonight. What are you going to buy at the auction? You got anything?
This is only my second year coming to this. I came in 21 and enjoyed myself. Came back. This is the second time I qualified, and I really didn't come prepared. I didn't bring anything for the auction. I should have. I was talking to my wife about it, and next year.
We could put some of Lisa's corn casserole.
Yeah,
in there. What do you think?
Oh man, isn't
Hey,
that?
I'm a bidder on that deal. You guys out there at home, I'm telling you what. Now, we make fun of this, but we were
Yeah.
at a trial, and Brent's wife, Lisa, made this corn casserole.
Oh, isn't that good?
And, man, I've raved about it. So I've been on her. She's made it a couple times for me. And she made it last night
Yeah.
and brought me some.
Yep.
Oh, my gosh. I just rave about it. I think it's the best. So,
Yeah. That used to just be a holiday treat for us, but we're eating it a lot now.
Anytime we're together, we can eat it. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, exactly. I don't mind.
God, I actually think the stuff she made yesterday,
Was better.
I don't know. I told her last night, you know, I gave her a big hug and I said, I don't know if we did anything different, but this is even better than before.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was good.
It is good.
Everybody enjoys it.
Elliot, are they running your course explanations for Sage?
I saw one of them, yeah. I just saw one.
Run it about every 4 or 5 hours.
Okay. I think you've got the wrong guy in here. This is Brian and Abby, I think. Okay. Now we've got Brian Jacobs and Abby,
So just they'll keep you lined up.
and they've got a really good run going. Oh, Abby, don't go into the head. Come on. Nice job. Now, you know, we talked about the dog and the handler. Now this is a puppy. This dog's we say puppy. She just turned 2 years old.
Just turned 2.
2
Okay.
years old. Actually, she was about 8 weeks old 2 years ago when we were at this at the trial.
Okay.
At the finals here. And there's one, two, we've got at least 2 dogs out of that litter that are being trialed here. And then Brian's got 2 more that belong to David Briggs that he's going to take to the Futurity, Southwest Futurity finals and show them. But this is a darn good example. Brian does such a good job with this dog because his timing and his consistency is so good. You know, he can catch things that are happening way before they happen. Now, I'm going to show this dog in the intermediate class in a little bit. I could only hope that I could make her work as good as Brian's got her working right now. So she's on it.
Yeah, she's doing good.
She's staying off, and she's an aggressive little dog, just like her mom is. And if she don't blow things up, Brian's going to have himself a heck of a good run going. And he's going to be just a hair over 3 minutes and 12 seconds. I don't know where that stands. Maybe my buddy up front will give us the standings in this course from our live stream feed. Nice job, Brian and Abby. Thank you very much. Okay, next up we're going to have Mike Thompson and Zeke, then Mike Collins and Penny, Lincoln Rogers and Huck. Can you show me results of this class? Do you have them? Okay. 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 You know, sometimes it's hard keeping this straight, and because they have to roll down guys because they're running a dog in a different arena. So my live stream partner, who's running the computer and keeping us straight here, was just asking me if this was Mike or not, so we had to wait until he came into view, and I think that it is. It sure looks like him. So here we go with another red and white dog. Mike had to run over and block that hole. Cattle cannot come over here. He was a little bit behind himself, I think, there. Now, we all do that. You know, we get looking at the cattle, we get watching our dog, kept seeing what's going to happen, and all of a sudden he realized that, and there it happened again. A good example that we've got when we're out there.
Yep.
How many things do we have to look at? I mean, a bunch, right?
A bunch.
And it's just amazing how simple it seems sitting here.
Yep.
And then we get down there, and what do we have, a brain fart?
I don't know. Something happens.
Is that allowed? Can I say that?
Yeah, I think
Can I say that here?
I think so.
Okay.
I think we're all right.
All right. Well, if I get fired, we'll know we couldn't have said that. So.
It was fun.
Okay. So what Mike has to do now, because one came out the wrong holes, he's got to reload them. Zeke's got to get all the way around there and get to the head of that front one because he wants to go home. He knows where the exhaust gate is.
Oh, yeah.
And decided he'd walk over there. So, you know, he's doing a good job. And if he was at home on the ranch, you know, other than maybe being a little late for supper, he doesn't have a big problem.
No.
You know, he's
no.
going to get his job done. But here he's working against the clock. And, you know, he was trying to assist the dog over there and kind of muffed up this hole. And now that white-faced cow was looking at the hole.
Yeah, wanted to go
You know,
through.
just thinking, yeah, maybe
He
I'll
had to
walk
step
out
up.
there, you know, so just a lot of things. Now, that was a good example. If you saw Red kind of come over and back, that back cow wasn't moving.
Yes.
All that dog did is take a few steps to the back and release the pressure, and it'll let the cow go forward. So, you know, for those of you that are not that familiar with what you're looking at, it's pressure and release. Pressure and release. You know, you direct the front cow, you push the back cow. So Mike and Zeke got to get them all redirected, which again, on the ranch, doesn't mean a big thing. You know, you drive the four-wheeler over there, you take your horse over there and give him help. The clock's not ticking.
The pressure's off.
The pressure, yeah, I mean, what the heck, you're just
Yeah.
out there having a good time. So, you know, here you got your buddies watching you and the clock's in your head going and you're thinking, oh, geez, where am I going? Where am I going? What's happening? So,
He set that one up nice and just walked right through.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I got to tell you, you know, I've done a lot of things competitively. You know, I've team roped, I've skied, I've water skied, I've played racquetball, I've sorted on, you know. This has been the hardest thing I've ever done, to
Yeah.
try to get to a competitive level. You're dealing with several different brains. You know, you got three set of cattle,
Yes.
three head of cattle. You got a dog and yourself,
They got a mind of their own.
and everybody's got a mind of their own. And you know, hopefully you and the dog are on the right side. Woke up on the same side of the bed, and working together as a team. And you can kind of get the cattle brains working together. They don't really want to be here. You know, they soon be out on pasture eating. So it's a lot. And do you run into an emotions problem? Do your emotions get elevated? You always look so calm out there.
I went to the whistle. That's, Brian said, you know, your voice carries your emotions. Learn a whistle. And that's what I did.
That's a great point. And I had the same lesson from my other mentor, Lauren Holmes, because I get loud, I get elevated, and I get tense. And Lauren said the exact same thing to me. You need to lower your voice. He says you need to get the whistle because it'll take the emotions out of your voice.
Yeah, it really carries through.
Yes, I think that's the right thing. And the more I see people that use voice, you can hear them get louder, and you can see the dog get elevated to their level, because just like being on a horse, our
absolutely.
tenseness
Carries it through.
carries right through to that horse. So
Yeah.
same thing with the dog. So, you know, I think the whistles really help.
The handler will call for their cattle.
Okay, so
They'll
here
set
we
your
go.
cattle
We're
out
going to
the
show
gate.
you what the course
They'll send his
is.
dog down. This is the
You know,
Futurity class.
Three
course
horses
today.
are the cattle. They come
Bring 'em
right through the fetch.
Obstacle number 2's right in
You
front
know,
of 'em. You can see that has two holes in the back
come
side
here
of it.
through the
They
second
can't go
pin,
any way other than where the
in there
horses just
and out the
Then
side, right up there, and go right into the third one. Turn to the right, go over there to the far right, go around. Now they don't have to go in this direction, but they have to go through there. That's the fastest way. Now they're coming into the sort pen. One goes straight, the other two go out the side, and then they go exhaust for a total of 270 points. That's simple.
That's simple.
Now they must have taken that video the other day when it was really wet. It's dried up a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
since
yeah.
then.
Yeah.
You know. All right, we're going to have Mike Collins and Penny coming up, Lincoln Rogers and Huck. I think we've got a couple more after. Let's see, they must have moved things around because
Right.
Brian and Abby weren't here. We had Mike Thompson. So yeah, they've moved these around from what the list I had.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Looks like it.
Yeah. So it looks like we've got 2 more competitors in the Futurity class. Mike Collins and Penny. Oh,
That doesn't look like Mike.
no, this is Mike. This is Mike Thompson again. I don't know what dog it is, but it's not Mike. It's not Mike Thompson. There. Well, I thought Zeke was the dog that just ran. That's Mike Thompson. And I don't know what dog it is. So you folks out there in TV land, kind of excuse us, but I'm leaving this headset on and I'm talking to our live stream guy, and they've moved guys around and we're trying to figure out I don't know. I think Mike and Curly, I think, have already gone. I remember commentating on them. I'm at a loss, so call upstairs if you can. Okay. Well, we're having a technical glitch, as they say. Our live stream crew, they don't know these guys, and I don't know all of them. So he's just going from a list, and his list told him that Mike Collins is supposed to be up, and this is definitely not Mike Collins. And I don't remember Mike being up. So I just get a comment from my buddy Paul Anderson. And where the hell are you, Paul? Why aren't you out here? If you're watching this and now you send me a text that says the last guy was Mike Thompson, who's this up right now? This is Mike? Yeah? Talk to me.
I'm not sure.
I don't know. I'm just kidding.
There, stand. Come back. There. Walk up. Stand. Come back. There. Walk. Stand. Walk up. Stand.
Okay.
Walk up. Stand. Come
All right, Paul. Well, we're going to figure it out. We don't know. Do you know what dog Mike is running? This is definitely Mike Thompson in here,
down.
but I don't know all of his dogs. So is this Pat?
Zoom in on the hand.
Okay. Yeah.
Come back. There. Walk up. There.
Well, my buddy Paul Anderson, who is watching this at home and doesn't get his little butt over here, he says it's Mike. Do you have a mic with Mike? This is Mike. Who's the dog, Paul?
Come by. Come on. Come on.
So I don't know if I should be flattered that my friends can tell my voice. Paul being a nice friend, he's telling me that we're doing something wrong up here. He's trying to help us correct the problem. Oh, great. Now he tells me, I'm not sure. Well, come on, Paul. Is this Pat? You know this. Don't tell me about the problem. Let's solve it. Let's go. Who is it? Mike, we're just going to go think it's Pat. All right, well, let's talk about the dog anyway. Paul, I wish you were here instead of just texting me all the time so you could help me solve this problem. You're not that far away. Get your butt over here. Okay, we got Mike Thompson and one of his dogs. We think it might be Pat. Not 100% sure. But it's all about working the dog. It doesn't really matter who it is. Mike's got him some nice dogs, and he's a good handler. He comes all the way from New Mexico. Okay, he's got him through obstacle number 3. Now he's headed to 4, which is over in the far right corner. His dog's working really good. Dog's working nice. Thanks, Paul. Say hi to Debbie. Okay. It's hard to see, and it's got to be kind of hard for the dogs too to get those black cattle up against that black tarp.
Yeah,
I have a hard time seeing them.
Yeah, there's a couple.
A couple times it's looked like the dog has kind of lost track of them.
Yeah, especially on the fetch.
On the fetch,
yeah. I noticed that yesterday.
Yeah. Okay.
That was just Guy Johnson and Mike with 4 points and a time of 3:42. Up next, Gentry Holt and MISR Annie, followed by Cindy Coleman and J1 Mern. David Briggs and G.S. Whitman.
Okay, my speaker, the other speaker's not going on.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay.
Okay.
We're back.
We'll go with that. Okay, now we've got Mike Collins and Penny.
Okay.
I think we might be back in order now. We can't be too far off because there's only a couple more runs. So, Mike is from Galt, California. Again, one of our good friends. He lives maybe 45 minutes away from us, close to you as well. Right?
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, not too far.
He's put on a couple trials at his house. He runs some cattle, farrier by trade, and kind kind of retiring. But, really a nice guy. He and his wife Chris on the ranch there do a good job, and he's got some really nice dogs. He's really put in a lot of work on these dogs.
Yeah, this Penny dog, she's young.
She
She's
is.
young.
She is.
And
you know.
she's had a good finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and you'll see these guys showing them in different classes. So I'm not sure, but he might be showing Penny in the open. He could be showing her also in the nursery.
Neat little dog, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, she's very responsive. Works really square. Doesn't crowd the cattle. Reads her cattle really nice. And again, the thing that we're trying to promote with the dogs, this is a trial, so it's, time and points, but these dogs, a lot of them are out on the ranch working. So when you're doing that, with low stress,
Yeah.
we're trying to create a low stress environment for the cattle. We're not running all the gain off of them. We're not stressing their brain. We're get them all fired up. This is what we'd like cattle to do, is just work collectively with us. They've got to respect the dog and the handler. In the ranch, Mike might be on his four-wheeler, might be at his side-by-side, could be on horseback or might be on foot, depending on what he's trying to do. And
Well, he
where he's
set
trying
that
to
up
go.
nice, didn't
Yes,
he?
he did.
Oh boy.
If you notice, cattle have never stopped. They're not, maybe they're not the set that he's going to be the fastest one of the day, but he's moving them really nice. He's going to have a nice run. Penny's doing a good job of not over-flanking, not stopping them. I guess I should have kept my mouth shut there. Somehow she decided that, man, I needed to get there and do something.
Yeah, she's young.
She's young. And, we've talked about the Border Collie, and the Border Collie's genetic makeup is to bring cattle to us. So the last thing we teach these dogs is to drive them away from us. And for most of, especially these young dogs, and when a dog's 2 or 3,
Yeah.
they're a young dog.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
They're a young dog.
Just starting.
Yeah. When they get up into 4s and 5s, then they start maturing. Everything starts really clicking for them. So you'll see a lot of these dogs, run to the head, and we think they kind of blow them up. Well, that's their genetic makeup. That's what God told them they had to do, control the stock. And when they see them getting away, those genetics are so strong that it's not a bad habit. It's just that the training hasn't kicked in yet. They haven't
Right.
matured enough to do it. It's something that,
Yeah.
for the lack of anything else, God's telling them to do it because of the genetics we put into them.
Right. Right.
And,
Yeah.
you can't fault them for that. So,
Doing their job.
yep. So he's, he's got that one in there. And I'm not sure, because I didn't go to this meeting, if one can go through like he did. Apparently so.
Yeah, I'm sure.
So this is not a pin and a sword, it's just a sword.
Just a sort.
So that one going through is perfectly okay.
Yeah.
Those 2 are out. He's still got a good run going. He's going to get full points on it. A little blow up like happened back there in the corner. Cost him some time. But Penny worked really good for him. He's still going to make a full score run. We've got to get this one kind of turned around and headed in the right direction. See the out gate now. That one does, so the others are just going to follow. Mike and Penny did a good job. Mike's waving goodbye to him.
Good job, Mike.
Good job, Mike and Penny, yeah. Did you realize that the state that has the most handlers here is California?
Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah, we've got the most handlers at the finals, with Utah and Idaho following behind.
Nice.
So we're out front.
Nice.
And I think that's been true at least last year and maybe the last couple of years.
Well,
You know, so yeah.
There's quite a few people here.
Yes, there are.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, we've got a camp right where we're camped. You know,
Right.
Brett, you, me, the Turners, Mr. and Mrs. now.
Yeah, newlyweds.
And, you know, Aubrey Ware, Johnny Callahan.
Fun group.
Fun group, yeah.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it's all about, is the camaraderie of getting together. We're all doing something that we like. You know, everybody helps everybody else. I really appreciate you coming over and
Oh, you betcha.
talking with us.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Adding another perspective
Yeah.
to my BS. And helping out, yeah. Maybe Lisa will massage your ears when you get back.
Hopefully she's just too busy cooking some corn casserole. But
yeah, let's not forget that corn
Yeah.
casserole. Okay. Okay, yeah, I think we're off. I saw Lincoln Rogers' name on there, but I don't ever recall him coming through, so maybe he pulled, or maybe I just missed it. You know, you know, the girls look like they're still up there in the arena. I don't see anybody filtering up that.
Maybe they're waiting for him. We'll go to commercial, I guess.
I don't have any idea.
We'll go to commercial and maybe we'll be back. Maybe we won't.
Well, I'll tell you what, you're probably going to, if you come back, you're probably going to be back without me, because I'm getting to the close time where I've got to go get a dog.
I'll give Steve a call, see if they're done.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'll go to commercial.
All right.
We use our dogs every day. You know, on the ranch, we run a lot of cattle here that would take 7 or 8 full-time cowboys, and we have no full-time cowboys. It's just me and my family and one hired guy. These dogs come out and handle these cattle and pen these cattle. We move 500-600 in a group at a time with 1 or 2 dogs quietly. We breed and strive to breed working cattle and sheep dogs that are versatile enough and that have enough trainability and are biddable enough that you can work both stock with them. I think that we really focus on the health of our dogs. We health test all of our dogs. We really try to push to create the best dog with the best genetic background that we can, both health and pedigree wise. If you want to get a hold of us, go to milliron-sranch.com. You get a hold of us, we'll always get back to you. If you have any questions about anything, it's not even about purchasing a dog, about a dog that you own that you need help with, please feel free to get a hold of us. Go to the website, milliron-sranch.com. Hey everybody, it's Steve White with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association. Probably the number one question we get asked is why did we choose Afton, Wyoming as a spot to host our national finals? You know, we can be able to come here, it's cool days and cool nights. It's absolutely beautiful. The handlers love to come here. There's so many good places to eat. The women love to go shopping. They love everything about it. They can come walk up and down Main Street right from the fairgrounds. They don't have to get in their car. The recreation around here is great. They can go fishing, they get four-wheelers, they go riding up in the hills. Really what it comes down to, everybody, is we put on a great national finals here because this is a destination that everybody wants to come to. They save all their year worth of vacation just to be able to come here and spend 10 days worth of their life in Afton, Wyoming. We absolutely love it here and we look forward to coming back here every single year.
you, Charlie. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Cooper. You too, Toby and Jody and Daisy and Sadie and Gracie. Your loyalty means everything to us, which is why we perfected the recipes behind our food and included special support for mobility and immunity. Find premium nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/loyallife. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
From playful pups to cuddly kittens, Loyal Life Super Premium Pet Food makes it easy to choose the product that's just right for your pet's life stage. Every pet has their own special nutritional needs, and we've got the super premium option your family's best friend deserves. Making sure your pets get the nutrition they need to live long, happy lives? That's what we do best. With our special blends of quality ingredients, you can count on us for the pets counting on you. After all, being the best pet parent ever is what you do best.
We use our dogs every day. on the ranch, we run a lot of cattle here that would take 7 or 8 full-time cowboys, and we have no full-time cowboys. It's just me and my family and one hired guy. These dogs come out and handle these cattle and pen these cattle. We move 500-600 in a group at a time with 1 or 2 dogs quietly. We breed and strive to breed working cattle and sheep dogs that are versatile enough and that have enough trainability and are biddable enough that you can work both stock with them. I think that we really focus on the health of our dogs. We health test all of our dogs. We really try to push to create the best dog with the best genetic background that we can, both health and pedigree wise. If you want to get a hold of us, go to milliron-sranch.com. You can get a hold of us. We'll always get back to you. If you have any questions about anything, it's not even about purchasing a dog, about a dog that you own that you need help with, please feel free to get a hold of us. Go to the website, milliron-sranch.com. Hey everybody, it's Steve White with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association. Probably the number one question we get asked is why did we choose Afton, Wyoming as a spot to host our national finals? We can be able to come here, it's cool days and cool nights. It's absolutely beautiful. The handlers love to come here. There's so many good places to eat. The women love to go shopping. They love everything about it. They can come walk up and down Main Street right from the fairgrounds. They don't have to get in their car. The recreation around here is great. They can go fishing, they get four-wheelers, they go riding up in the hills. Really what it comes down to, everybody, is we put on a great national finals here because this is a destination that everybody wants to come to. They save all their year worth of vacation just to be able to come here and spend 10 days worth of their life in Afton, Wyoming. We absolutely love it here and we look forward to coming back here every single year.
Thank you, Charlie. Thanks, Rocky. Thanks, Cooper. You too, Toby and Jody and Daisy and Sadie and Gracie. Your loyalty means everything to us, which is why we perfected the recipes behind our food and included special support for mobility and immunity. Find premium nutrition near you at nutrinaworld.com/loyallife. Nutrina, what's inside counts.
The handler will call for their cattle. They'll set 3 cattle out the gate. He'll send his dog down. This is the Futurity class course today. Bring them through the fetch. Obstacle number 2 is right in front of them. You can see that has 2 holes in the back side of it. They can't go any way other than the way that the horses just did. Then it's still behind the line. They'll go down number 2, down the fence, and kick them out the side on obstacle number 3. They will then go down to the other end of the arena and pull the cattle back through obstacle number 4. Then as the cattle come down here, this is where it gets tricky. They're gonna come in there, the handler's gonna let 1 go by, and then he's gotta step in there and let 2 out the side. He'll then have to go down and open his exhaust. Time's gonna stop when the last cow goes out the exhaust.
From playful pups to cuddly kittens, Loyal Life Super Premium Pet Food makes it easy to choose the product that's just right for your pet's life stage. Every pet has their own special nutritional needs, and we've got the super premium option your family's best friend deserves. Making sure your pets get the nutrition they need to live long, happy lives? That's what we do best. With our special blends of quality ingredients, you can count on us for the pets counting on you. After all, being the best pet parent ever is what you do best.
We use our dogs every day. You know, on the ranch, we run a lot of cattle here that would take 7 or 8 full-time cowboys, and we have no full-time cowboys. It's just me and my family and one hired guy. These dogs come out and handle these cattle and pen these cattle. We move 500-600 in a group at a time with 1 or 2 dogs quietly. We breed and strive to breed working cattle and sheep dogs that are versatile enough and that have enough trainability and are biddable enough that you can work both stock with them. I think that we really focus on the health of our dogs. We health test all of our dogs. We really try to push to create the best dog with the best genetic background that we can, both health and pedigree wise. If you want to get a hold of us, go to milliron-sranch.com. You can get a hold of us. We'll always get back to you. If you have any questions about anything, it's not even about purchasing a dog, about a dog that you own that you need help with, please feel free to get a hold of us. Go to the website, milliron-sranch.com. Hey everybody, it's Steve White with the Mountain State Stock Dog Association. Probably the number one question we get asked is why did we choose Afton, Wyoming as a spot to host our national finals? You know, we can be able to come here, it's cool days and cool nights. It's absolutely beautiful. The handlers love to come here. There's so many good places to eat. The women love to go shopping. They love everything about it. They can come walk up and down Main Street right from the fairgrounds. They don't have to get in their car. The recreation around here is great. They can go fishing, they get four-wheelers, they go riding up in the hills. Really what it comes down to, everybody, is we put on a great national finals here because this is a destination.
bug window for people.
The handler will call for their cattle. They'll set 3 cattle out the gate. He'll send his dog down. This is the Futurity class course today. Bring them through the fetch. Obstacle number 2 is right in front of them. You can see that has 2 holes in the back side of it. They can't go any way other than the way that the horses just did. Then it's still behind the line. They'll go down number 2, down the fence, and kick them out the side on obstacle number 3. They will then go down to the other end of the arena and pull the cattle back through obstacle number 4. Then as the cattle come down here, this is where it gets tricky. They're gonna come in there, the handler's gonna let 1 go by, and then he's gotta step in there and let 2 out the side. He'll then have to go down and open his exhaust. Time's gonna stop when the last cow goes out the exhaust.